viewers, welcome back to Daily Retro. So we've got an update for you guys on the games room. So been installing the Retrotink 5X, which has meant a lot of different changes going on behind the consoles, which I'll show you in a sec. All the sort of wire management I've been able to sort. Was very difficult to get everything sort of not pooling too much, but we've done the best we can, and I'm really pleased with the outcome. Really impressed with the Retrotink 5X as well. So that is now outputting upscaling such for the Mega Drive, the PlayStation 2 and the N64. And as you can see behind me, the wires are quite well hidden, which I'm really pleased with how well they're hidden. There's a lot of Velcro wraps that are used. These are just cut to size, and then adhesive clips to keep the cables running up together. But yeah, I'll show you now what it looks like from behind, which is not something you see in a games room very often because people like to keep things hidden. I'm somebody who works in IT. I like to look at cables. It's a bit of a weird obsession, as my wife knows, but yeah, so we've got the Retrotink 5X down there, with the PS2 plugged in via the, I think it's called the YB PBR cables. And then we've got two SCARTs basically. So we've got an RGB SCART for the Mega Drive. These are from Retro Gaming Cables. And that is a really high quality RGB SCART cable. Really impressed with the output from the Mega Drive from that. And then we've just got the standard composite to SCART adapter for the N64. And that's mainly because I've not been able to source a high quality N64 cable at the moment because they're out of stock. But that will come eventually, and it still looks decent enough to play. Just as good, if not better, than the Rad 2X. But yeah, as you can see behind me, the cables were really messy previous to this video. And what I've tried to do is put Velcro wraps around the cables that pulled in order of what they're for, sort of thing. So the power hubs here that are come through the wall, they're all wrapped up together so there's not loads of excess cable on the floor. The power cables for the consoles, very much the same thing, so they've got cable Velcro wraps around them. And then I've done the same with Cat 6 cable coming into the PlayStation 5, which is obviously the network cable that gives me a gigabit or plus speed if I ever get it, internet. And yeah, everything sort of goes along the floor. There is nothing sort of going above the first level of the calyx across. Everything goes along the bottom and then up together, which I'm really pleased with. And I've been able to keep the LEDs as they were as well, which I'm really pleased with. And I'll show you some photos of what the games room looks like at night with all of this set up as well soon after this video. But yeah, really pleased with how it's come out. It definitely took a lot of hours of work to get it to that stage. Yeah, it's been something that's been on my mind for a while. I'm sort of quite anal about how I set up things, but everything is still very functional. Everything still comes on the screen as soon as I turn it on. And yeah, what I've essentially been able to do with the Retrotink 5X is remove I think 2 HDMI ports and just replace it with one. And again, I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep the Analog Mega SG, which is the HDMI FPGA version of Mega Drive. So that may then reduce the amount of HDMIs needed from I think 10 down to 9. And yeah, I've been able to remove a couple of the passive HDMI switches as well, which was nice to do because again there is less cabling on the floor. So now I can sort of be proud when people walk in, they can see how well the cabling is done. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this sort of video, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and give us a comment if you've got any questions on what I've done. But yeah, we'll hopefully be doing a game room tour very soon. I'll make sure the room is extra tidy for that. Hopefully that'll be next month. But until then, see you. Cheers.